Hope everybody had a good weekend. So today we're going to be making these little teeny tiny kites. Anyway, things you're going to need are scissors and string or yarn. Yarn might be a little thick. You could also use fishing line, cardstock, or like soda box / pizza box type cardboard, and a coffee filter or tissue paper. Use tissue paper also and not have any. A pencil to trace out your template, and some glue. And I couldn't find my glue, but I have Mod Podge and that'll work just as good. And okay. So to get started, you're going to need to make a template, okay? So this is my template that I created, and I'm going to hold this up to the screen so everybody can look at it. Maybe you can get an idea of how to do this. You might have to go back and re-watch this video so that you can see exactly how to do it. Or if I leave it on the screen long enough, you could probably maybe trace a quick outline of it. So I'm going to leave it up there just for a quick second, just so everybody can see how to trace this. Unfortunately, I don't have a template to send everybody. Wish it worked that way. All right, now that I've got that held up, hopefully you all see how to do it. All right, so now once you have your template drawn, you're going to cut it out, and I already cut mine out. Hopefully everybody can see that. I'll hold it up again, let everybody know what we're doing. We're making teeny tiny kites today, and they actually fly. I do these at the museum, and people walk around flying their little kites everywhere. Okay, so then you're going to cut it out once you've got it drawn, and once you have that cut out, what you're going to want to do is, you see how I have this right here, those little cross lines? You're going to draw cross lines from one corner to the other corner, up and down, so kind of like a cross, right? And then where we drew these little things that come off it, you're going to draw lines right there. So that just kind of shows you that it's going to be folded, okay? So you want to draw your lines. I'm going to make mine a little darker while you all are doing that. Okay. So I'm going to make these darker, and then I'll hold it up again so you all can see. Now, here's what it looks like once you've drawn your outlines and everything. Okay, set that aside for, no, just for a second, actually no. Okay, take your coffee filter or your tissue paper that you have, and you're gonna put it on your coffee filter in the middle, preferably. If you have one big enough that it'll fit in, it's fine. Now you could do these as big as you want. They don't have to be small. You can do them big if you'd like. But I'm doing them teeny tiny. So then you're gonna place this on your coffee filter, and you're gonna take your pencil and you're gonna trace it. All right? So I'm gonna start to trace. I'm gonna flip this over. All right, now I'm gonna start to trace it. If you have a space where you could tape your coffee filter to the table, that might work a little better. However, just make sure that your table is covered, because you'll leave indents in your table if you're not careful. I think it'd be fun to experiment with other shapes too. I think that'd be a lot of fun. All right, now once I have that drawn on there, you can put your template aside, and then you're going to take and do your cross and your fold lines. So just extend it up, right? Like that on the fold lines. And then draw your cross from one end to the other and from one side to the other where the points are. And that is going to help us when we start to put our little bars across there so that it stabilizes your kite. Okay, now that that's done, the next step is to cut it out. I'm going to cut all this extra off first. It helps a little bit. Oh, actually, save this. I almost threw it away. Save this because we're also going to use this for a tail, okay? Almost threw it away. I don't know what's going on with the video today, but it is all the colors all over the place. So I apologize for the lighting. And I almost got this cut out. Once we have it cut out, our next step is going to be to color it. Now you can use crayons or color pencils if you have vibrant color pencils, or you could use marker. Now I did find that the marker kind of really seeped into the little tail kite. However, that was a tissue paper and it was not coffee filter. So we'll see how that works. See how the coffee filter. Right, now that I have that done, you want to cut out your tail. Now the tail, you can have it as long as you want, so that's up to you how long you want it. I think this time I'm going to make a really extremely long tail, so I'm just going to follow this. I start with a point at the end, and I'm just going to follow this all the way around. What I really should do is I really should decorate it first. Maybe I should do that first. Decorate first. This on here. I don't want to get my table all messed up. Okay. So I'm just going to color the outline first. Makes it a little easier. I didn't even think about that until just now. Because the other one I did, it was already cut out before I did it. Oh, thank you, Jane. Go. All right, really extremely long tail for my kite. That's going to be super cute. And then I think I'm going to do another one right next to it, and then I'll cut two of them out. This. Alrighty then. That's cute. Blue and pink. I like blue and pink. And then I'm just going to cut those out. And that's going to be the tail for the kite that we just cut. Cut that out too. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Now I have to stay on the line. Go. Oh boy. Now I've come into the, because I drew on this first, it doesn't want to cut. That is so weird. Oh, it is a coffee filter, so maybe that's why it's wet. Ooh, trial and error. This is how we learn things. It's not wanting to cut. Well, just take your time at it. There we go. If you kind of hold it, straighten it out a little bit, it works a little easier. Might not be able to do an uber long tail. There we go. I got it. I got it. I got it. I think I'm just going to do the one. Just the one. Because this is not easy to cut it when the coffee filter's wet. Whew. All right. So just the one, and it's got two colors on it. I'll be okay with that. All right. And then I'm going to put that aside. Now I'm done with that. Next step. Decorate your other kite. Okay? I think maybe I'll put a face on mine this time. Why not? All right, give it some eyelashes. Okay, now once you have that, the next step is to kind of flip this over a little bit. And then you're gonna take your cardstock or your cardboard that you have, pizza box, soda box, whatever. I like the thin stuff because it's really pretty stable and it's super thin. And then you're gonna take that, let me cut this off first. And then you are going to cut extremely thin little line, okay? And I'll get it as close as I can to the camera. Can you see that? Extremely thin. This is what's gonna be on your kite, all right? So it's gonna be like this, okay? Let me see this. See that? That's what this is. All right, so then you want to measure it from, you know how you drew those little crossbars, where you're going to measure it from side to side, and then you're going to cut it as long as those little crossbars are, right? And so measure it, and then find where it's going to end, and then cut it. Make sure you don't cut your tabs, though. Did that the other day. Cut my tabs off. Okay, and then now the other one, that's going to go straight up and down. So you want to cut that one now. Just make them really teeny tiny thin, okay? Because that helps with the weight of the kite, all right? So then from here down. Wouldn't it be so cool if we had like a kite day or something at City Museum? Everybody brings their kites. Of course, it's in the city, so I don't know exactly how that would work. In the city. Would be fun, though. Okay. Okay, next step, now that you have these two things, the glue is next. I'm just going to use my finger. You can use a paintbrush if you want. I would suggest using something very thin, like either your finger or a paintbrush, because you do not need a lot of glue on your tissue paper. If you've ever used glue with tissue paper, it can get messy, right? Even though I'm using coffee filter, it can still get messy. So what I'm going to do is, where you did your crosshairs, okay, so you're going to take glue, okay? I'll put glue on my finger. This is how I'm doing it. And then I'm going to, let me see which is which. Okay, this goes here. I'm going to take my little bar, and can you see that? Can everybody see that, or do I need to zoom in? I need to zoom in. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me zoom in on this. Can you see now? Is that too far? Now? I apologize. I'm trying to make it just perfect here. Okay. There we go. Okay. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue that's like I have it on my finger here, and you're going to rub that on that, right there on that little tab that we made. And then I like to just take my finger and do it. So just take your finger and kind of lift it up and work it in there. And then just fold it over that. So there's one. And then I'll show you one. See how I did that? Okay, and then you're going to do that on the other side. So you're going to take a little bit of glue again. And you're going to put that on that tab. And you're going to take that tab and fold it over onto the other one. So now it should look like this. And then you're going to do that with this other one. Where's my, here we go. And you're going to put that straight up and down. And same thing. Same thing. It's kind of hard and tricky to get it just right, right? On the tab, pull it over and over your little brace. One, and then one more on the tab and over the brace, right? And then just push it down. Then your kite should look like this. Okay? So it's kind of like little pockets that you put it in. So your little cross is in pockets now. And it's holding it. It's going to keep it sturdy. Okay. The next step is to take your tail that you made, okay? And you're going to put glue right down here on the bottom. I need to get this out of the way. Okay, there we go. You're going to take the glue and you're going to put it right here on the bottom, okay? Just right there. Here. And you're going to take the thicker piece of the tail, not the thinner, because the thinner is the bottom, thicker piece, and we're going to glue that on there, right? So let's see how we got this going. So put some glue right there. And then stick it to the bottom of the kite. That's what we have so far. This is the front of the kite. See that? Okay. Now, if you wanted two tails, you could do two tails. You could put like little paper bows, which maybe I'll do. Maybe we'll do a little paper bow because that would be cute. So cut a little piece of paper, right? A strip here. Hope everybody can see me. And then you're just going to fold one side and then fold the other side. And you got to glue that together. So you just got to kind of take your time with it. Just a little bit of glue. You don't need a lot. Just a little. Right on the edge there. Fold it over just a little. You should have a piece of paper that looks like it's folded up, but with two little holes, right? So that's going to be the little bow on your kite. And you're going to take that, put some glue right there, and you're going to put it wherever you want it. I'll put mine at the bottom of my kite. There's mine. Oh, that's so cute. Now you could do several of those little bows on your kite if you wanted, all up and down. That would be really cute, right? Maybe we'll do another one. So let's do another bow, just because it would be cute. I already have one cut here. Cut again. Now, if you wanted, you could color this paper, make your bow a different color. But as you saw when I was trying to cut the wet Clarfie filter, it didn't work out too well for me. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the coloring of that. All right. Here. Here. And then put some glue on your tail again. And then just glue it on. Sometimes it wants to stick to your finger. Just be careful there. Sometimes it helps to have a toothpick. All right. Now, that's what I got so far. We have the little bows and the kite. Okay? Now, next step, let's this off a little bit. Next step is to add your string, yarn, whatever. I would suggest a thinner string like a fishing line or a thread. If you do not have any of that, you can use yarn or whatever. Whatever kind of string you have, okay? You can make this big or small. I'm just going to make it small so it's not in my way. And then the way you're going to do this, you're going to pull this up, the bottom one, okay? You're going to pull the bottom one up so they're both bowing. See that? And then you're going to put this in side diagonally. So I can't do it holding it up like that. Maybe I can try to zoom in a little more so you all can see. Let's see if this works. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, and then you're going to zoom. You're going to pull this up, and then you're going to diagonally stick that underneath. And then I'm going to try to get close to the camera so you can see how I did it. Can you see that? It's kind of blurry, isn't it? Diagonal. See that diagonal? Okay, once you have that in there, you're going to double knot that. All right, so double knot it like, I think that's called a square knot. Do a square knot twice. The first part of tying your shoes, if you're a kid. So 1, and then do it again. 2, okay? And then you're going to cut off this little extra piece. because you don't need that. Now, if you wanted and you made a really long string, you could take a piece of cardboard, cut it, okay? This does help to keep your string together. You could take that cardboard and put a little notch in there. That way, it's going to hold your string pretty good. See, I did that. I made a little notch in my cardboard. And then you're going to take that string, okay, and you're going to put it in that little notch of the cardboard, like that. So now can you see? Now it's like on there. It's hard to see, isn't it? Okay, and then you can wrap your string. If you had a lot of string, you can wrap it, and that way when you go outside to fly your kite, you can just unwind what you want, and that will help, take care of your string, so your string's not all over the place, right? Okay, now let me zoom out a little bit here. All right, so we made teeny tiny kites today, and this was mine that I made with the little tail. That's cute, right? Anyway, we made teeny tiny kites, and I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you all had a lot of fun making teeny tiny kites. Super easy. If you came in on the last part of the video, if you go back to the beginning, I will have the template, which is right here, that I hold up to the screen so you could sit and look at it. Maybe you could pause the video and trace it on your tissue paper or coffee filter from your phone or whatever you're using at the moment. And then that makes it a little easier. And I held it up for a pretty long time so you can get the gist of it, right? So that's the template of it so that you can make this little teeny tiny kite, all right? And then, so I just want to tell everybody thank you for joining me this morning, and I'll be on again tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. If you want any information on City Museum, you can go to citymuseum.org, or you could go to our Facebook page, which you're probably at because you're watching this video, which is City Museum St. Louis, and I'll see you tomorrow.